Is it so good? Thank you so much. You're the best. I had Brian make me some keto coffee mixed with keto tea. It's hot, baby. Yeah. It's too hot for you. Okay. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna do a full normal power hour for you guys. Oh yeah, that's really hot. So we're gonna start with some interacting. Okay, so I'm gonna share my phone right now, and I'm seeing some new faces. Yay, Emily Carr, I'm glad you could join us. Okay, let's see. Let me share my phone here real quick. It always takes me a sec, guys. Give me a second here. There we go. I think you can see it. There we go. Okay. Let me know in the chats if you guys can't hear me or can't see it or whatever. But we are going to start with interacting on Facebook. Let's go to Facebook right now. We're just going to go through our what's it called? What's this thing called right here? This feed. And I want you to like. No, I don't want you to like. Actually, I heard a tip that I absolutely loved when we were in Arizona. And the tip was whatever you want to like. So this is a perfect example. Julia Blake, Walmart has such cute little girl clothes for this year. She's adorable. And I would normally want to like that. Anything that you want to like, don't like it and comment on it instead. Such cute shorts, okay? So you're going to comment instead of like on, we're gonna do this for about 5 minutes, okay? So I'll tell you guys when to stop. And of course my phone's freezing. Just continue to comment on Facebook for a minute. If you guys are new to these and you have questions, please drop them in the chats. This is what my phone does, y'all, like on a daily basis. It just freezes like this. There we go. So I'm so glad that my new phone's here. I cannot wait to mess with it. Oh my, I'm just gonna set it down. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing for a minute. And notice that I'm not commenting on It Works distributors' photos because that's what puts them more in my feed. Okay. So every once in a while, I will because they're friends of mine and I want to like comment on their life. But normally I'm ignoring them, even though I love them, because I'm trying to attract potentials and I'm trying to make sure that my potentials are seeing my new things, right? My new posts. Hopefully that makes sense. My phone has actually never froze this bad before that it's doing today. So thank God the new one came. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to Instagram. We're going to interact over there for 5 minutes as well. You can either interact in stories or on your feed. I'm going to start with stories if my phone will load, and I'm just going to use the quick reactions in the stories. This is what we call interacting. This may seem silly for those of you who are new, like what's the point of interacting? But what it does is, one, this just sent a message to this girl that is like, you know, gave her a heart face on her coffee. And so now I'm in her messages, and now she's going to go look at what I have going on, right? And I'm just kind of searching for potentials instead of teammates. So y'all just keep commenting. Another tip that you guys can do if you are if you're not going to be using your phone for a while, maybe you need to plug it in for a little bit or whatever. When you plug it in, click one of your stories like this. Just click it and let it go. Don't touch it, don't nothing. Just plug it in and let the stories go. This counts as interaction for the day. Okay, it's a great way for you to be interacting without actually having to do anything. So when I do like no phone time and I set my phone down plugged in, I just let it go. Sometimes I do it at night where I'll just plug it in and literally let my stories go all night, and and it literally just ups your interaction. You'll notice that a lot more people will start following you. You'll notice you'll get a lot more likes. So it's a great tip if you don't have the time to interact, you know, and do what we're doing right this second. But even just a little bit of interaction before we make a post, excuse me, is so worth it. About 1 more minute of this, I'm going to switch to my feed. Patience joined the meeting just a couple minutes late. We're just interacting right now, patience. All we're doing is liking and commenting on a couple of posts right now before we actually go to make a post. Okay, so we're gonna make a post now. Hold on, I've got a distributor signing up and I need to make sure that she's doing good. You're cute. Yes, baby, you are so cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a post. I already have the picture and I already edited it. I can't even talk. Edited it with my Lightroom app. You guys can pick a preset. If you don't know how to do this, please come to me. There's trainings on trainings on trainings. This is just going to be, I really like to show who I am a lot of the time. So you'll see that, oh, sorry, Hunt's having a moment. Give us a sec here. She's fine as long as she's just gonna chill. Baby girl. Can you just hang out and be quiet? I wanna show you guys my post real quick. Most of the time, well, more often than not lately, I'm looking like a hot mess. But like, you know, usually I like my pictures to be very cutesy, you know, like this. This is like a posed picture. It's great. Same with this. However, I think it's really important that you show your real life as well. Okay. So showing your real life, like me eating ice cream, balancing it on my tummy, like people just relate to that. Okay. Um, Showing, you know, what you're doing, whatever. My point is, I'm going to do a selfie today, which I hardly ever do, you can see, of just me and Hunt, even though I look like a hot mess. And I'm going to show that hot mess mamas can do this too. Okay. So here's what I'm going to post. I'm actually going to go next. Because my phone freezes all the time, I'm going to do it in my notes. But I'm going to show you guys how I personally post, okay? Like how I sit down and just want to make a post really quickly. Hold on, this is my new distributor. Okay, I think she's having trouble. So you guys, yesterday, if you were on, I showed you guys how to find posts. Go ahead and just put up a post right now. If you need help with that, please drop it in the chats. I can kind of give you some guidance or tell you some leaders that you can go copy from and tweak it yourself. Let me help her real quick and then we'll get back on track, but just be making a post right now. Actually, also, if any leaders are on here that have had success lately with a good post, please drop it in the chats here. If you had a distributor join from a post, or you had a lot of PDTs come to you because of one, or you had a lot of PLCs come to you, please drop it here in the chat so that some of us can grab that and use it ourselves. Oh, you're back there pooping, aren't you? Sweetheart, go on the big girl potty. She's pooping. Hold on, this distributor is having a hard time, y'all, so I'm gonna help her. Okay, back to my post. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do this really quickly. I think I have one that has something about top knots. Nope, okay, I'm just gonna write one. Honey, do not play with that. Do not play with that, please. Can you go find daddy? Go find daddy. Do not plug that in. I'm gonna mute myself for a second and write this post, and I'll tell you guys what we're doing next. Some girls are dropping some posts. Summer just dropped some in the comments. Please go see those, use those. I'm gonna mute myself for a sec because things are about to get cray. Okay, guys, I'm still working on still working on this post because my phone keeps freezing. So, if you guys are done with your post, I want you to move on to messaging. Make sure that you post on both Instagram, excuse me, and on Facebook. Okay, and I want you to move over to messaging. I'm going to drop the messages to start sending for Instagram. You're going to send this. And remember, like we did yesterday, send out these messages. Do not respond to people. We are not working on responding right now. We are sending out the messages. So start sending out this message on Instagram. I want you to do that for 10 full minutes. Start sending out this message on Instagram. If you're somebody that needs to work Facebook right now, start sending out this one on Facebook, 10 minutes total. And then we're going to swap. The second one is for Facebook. Ask me questions if you have questions. But all you should be doing right now after you post is sending out messages. No responses. Love you, baby. Thank you for being good. Okay, done with this post. Now I'm just trying to copy it if it will let me. Sorry, guys. Trying to mute everybody. And if you guys have questions while you're sending out these messages, like why are we sending out these messages? What does this do for my business? Of course, ask them in the chats. But if not, go ahead and make sure that you're trusting me and giving it a fair shot and really just doing the tasks that I'm having you guys do. And you will see the reward by the end of this hour. Like yesterday, so many people were getting responses so quickly. Within 10 minutes, people had over 20 responses. Some had none. I personally had no responses from messaging. Okay. But we don't message to get responses. Okay. That is not what we do. We do not message to get responses. We message to get in people's inboxes so that they can start watching what we're doing, like this post that I'm putting up. Okay. Posting is really just for people, it's not even income producing. Posting is really just for people to see what you're doing so that when you message them, it's like your open sign, right? Like if you're walking by a store and you keep hearing your friend talk about this business, but each time that you walk by her business, it's closed. You'd be like, why does she always talk about this business? But like her store is never open. Do you know what I mean? That's what posting is for you. If you're messaging people about this opportunity, then you need to make sure that you're also posting every day because that's what helps them understand that like you're running a business and they can go there and see what you're all about. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start messaging on Instagram now. I personally go to my following. I said this yesterday, so I'm sorry if this is a bunch of repetitive stuff for the ones who hop on every day, but I go to my following because here's the thing. To me, defining a cold message is somebody that I'm not following or somebody that's not following me back. People that I am following, I can always turn that around with the message that I send. I can always turn it around if they're like, I don't follow you. Like, why are you messaging me? By the way, that never ever happens. Just so you know, I'm just giving you guys an example because I know that I was very weary of messaging in the first place. But when you message this message, it says, hey girl, quick question for you. Do you happen to know anyone who would be interested in making an extra income from social media? I'm expanding my business to your area and I thought I would ask you first. If they come back and say anything about a cold message, that's not a cold message. A cold message is if you do not follow them and they do not follow you, you've never talked to this person before, you've never interacted with this person before, and you reach out and you say, hey girl, quick question, random. Okay, that's the number one cold message thing. You don't want to do this. I know this is random, but you never want to start a message out with that. Okay, so instead of, this is asking, do they happen to know anybody? Okay, do you happen to know anybody that wants to make an extra income? That's not offensive. And it also takes all the pressure off of them. Okay, so most of the time, I'll give you the two most common answers. The number one answer that I get is, no, I'm sorry, I don't know anyone. No worries. The next response is them asking if they'll do a hat for you. Okay, and I'll give that to you later when we start responding. We are not responding right now. So keep sending that message out. The second response that you will most likely get is, no, I don't, but I'm interested myself. Can you explain more? Okay, so boom, right there. If I'm following them, then it's really easy for me to say, no, we don't know each other. If they come back for any reason, like, do I know you? Or if they say, and again, these are just examples for my skeptics out there because I'm telling you this doesn't happen. But if they say like, I don't know you, or why are you cold messaging me? You can very easily come back with, well, I follow your page. Your daughter's so cute, or your dog is so cute, or whatever. I just had to ask you if you knew of anybody to make an extra income. So sorry to bother you. Okay. You can always come back from that when you are following them or they are following you. So that is not a cold message, in my opinion. I personally also like to like a couple of their photos before I message them. It just puts me in their notifications, okay? And then boom, they have a message from me as well. And my phone is freezing. Got blocked from messaging on Egg. Caitlin, you can there's a couple ways you can go about this to not get blocked. If you'll notice what I'm sending, when my phone stops being so dumb, I'm utilizing here. I'll just show you guys what I'm utilizing. When you go to settings on your iPhone, I've tapped it 3 times. Give me a sec. This is my life. You guys, if you think that you can't message because you don't have the time, just remember that Rochelle deals with this on her phone every single day, and I figure out how to sign customers and distributors, okay? Oh my goodness, this is annoying. That's why I got a new phone. Come on. It's called, I wanted to show you because I don't remember what it's called. If somebody knows what it's called, what I'm talking about, can you put it in the chats? It's like, let's try again. It's where you type in something and then something else appears. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Here we go. You go to settings, you go to general, you go to keyboard, text replacement. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Summer. Thank you, Casey. Okay, so if you put your script, here's how you add that script. If you put your script right here in the phrase, which I already have it in here, so I'm just going to put HAPS 1. Okay, that's the script that I would put in here. And then the shortcut would be HAPS 1. Okay, so you would write that whole script out or copy and paste it in that phrase box, and you put HAPS 1 here because that's the first message that you send out for HAPS, right? So it's easy. HAPS 1, that's the shortcut. So now you're not going to get blocked because you're typing in something instead of copy and pasting. Does that make sense? See how I did that? HAPS 1. And then it comes up right here and I just click it. You will not get blocked as fast as I can't even talk, y'all. You will not get blocked as fast if you use that. The other thing is you can start sending a different script, or let's say that I just got blocked. Say that I just got blocked. I can go into my messaging. This is something I do all the time. And go all the way down. Like I'm talking like scroll back until you can't scroll no more, okay? And start, I call this stirring the dust. I'll explain to you guys what I mean. But you go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And let's say you've sent messages before. Let's say you've sent this same one that we're sending. And you scroll all the way down and then you start in your messages right here. When you start, and I'm trying to get to a spot where I can like give you guys an example. Okay, this girl, for example, was really interested in becoming a distributor. Okay, she has not seen my message. You can tell that she hasn't seen my message here because it will say seen right here. Okay, you guys, it will say, oh, you can't even see it. It'll say seen. I'm doing it with my mouse. It will say seen right below this. Okay, if they've seen it. She has not seen it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, oh, well, there's that. So I'm going to unrequest and I'm going to follow back. She's got to accept my request in order to see this. So I'm going to like this. And then I'm going to stir the dust. Stirring the dust means sending them a new script that has nothing to do with what you are currently talking about, but you're flipping it. So I was talking to her about the opportunity. So I'm going to stir the dust with her and say, hey, love, I'm not sure if you're interested, but we have an incredible sale going on right now. I thought of you because maybe you'd like to try the products before we get started with the opportunity. What do you think? Okay, something like that. Guys, I'm doing this like off the top of my head very fast. But that's what you can start doing, stirring the dust if you get blocked. The reason why I say that is because all of these people that you've already messaged, everybody that's already in your direct messages, whether it's on Facebook or in here, you can message always. You can, unless they've blocked you, you can message them. Unless the person has blocked you. Instagram will not block you from your messages in your direct messages. You can send to all these people that are right here. So that's a whole, like, if you get blocked, and I can't tell you how many people come to me, they're like, well, I got blocked, so I can't send any more messages. And I'm like, okay, so sit there and follow up, stir the dust, go back through. You should never not be sending messages every single day, whether it's to new people, to old people, not to actual old people, but old, old potentials. Okay. Jamie, is this an iPhone thing with messages being blocked? I don't think it's an iPhone thing. I think it's just an Instagram thing. If you're copying and pasting too much, they'll think you're a robot and they're going to block you. So if you're typing it in, it's different. So that's just another tip. If you're getting blocked, go back through your messages and stir the dust. If you need some stir the dust scripts, come to me and ask. But really, what stirring the dust means, actually, Jade Hooper has an incredible video on it. If you just go to Jade's YouTube channel, then look up Stir the Dust and she'll tell you how she does it. It literally just goes back and forth. It's just a follow-up, a way of following up. Okay. Let's go over to Facebook and start sending this message. I'll put it in the chat again. All you're sending, oops, that's not it. Have one. There we go. All you're sending is, hey girl, would you do me a huge favor? Okay. Now, some of you that have just joined us that weren't on yesterday might be freaking out that, hello, I have people that are responding to me on Instagram already. That's okay. We don't care. We're not responding back to them right now. And the reason why is because you can only get so much done if you start sending out 3 messages and somebody responds to you, and then and then immediately when they respond to you, you go and respond to them. Now you're going to be locked in that conversation for who knows how long, and you only got 3 messages out that day. That is just not a good use of your time. I promise you this, that person will still be there in 20 minutes when we're done messaging. Okay. Do not respond to them. Go back through. So we're going over to Facebook. Oops. Excuse me. I'm going to go to my friends. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. So I sorted from my oldest friends first. Okay, you can sort right there. And I did oldest friends first. And I'm actually going to start from the top. A lot of these people I've already messaged before, but whoops, not trying to call you. Oh no. And my phone's freezing. Hold up. That would have been embarrassing. I hope your phone's faster than mine. You guys realistically should be getting about 25 to 30 messages out in about 10 minutes time. Okay. It just takes me 27 hours. So there's that. I'd love to show you guys how our scripts and how our things have evolved. And this is a perfect example. As soon as my phone stops freezing here, I went to high school with Carol Ann in March of 2017. Okay, I was fairly new. I was going diamond that month. I wrote this script. Hi, Carol Ann. Happy Friday. I have a huge favor to ask you. I'm about 4 orders away from earning a $10,000 bonus, and I was hoping you would be willing to try out one of my products for 90 days. Now, this isn't a bad script by any means. It's a genuine one. It's me asking for help. She said, no, thank you. April the next year, I said, I have a quick question for you. She said, hey, what's up? And I asked her to put up a hat, and she never responded. Now, what you don't see here is that on Instagram, she reached out to me. I think it was a couple years ago. No, I want to, yeah, last year sometime. I'll have to go look. But my point is, she ended up becoming a customer. Okay. So she saw something, maybe it was me doing my coffee stories, whatever it may be. She was never interested for 2 full years, 3 full years. She was never interested. And then she became a customer of mine. And it ended up being over on Instagram. Okay. So don't like, I just want to give you guys stories of things that you understand. Um, and that you see like, oh my gosh, Rochelle gets told no all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they still join me. They still come back and want to buy. Stephanie asked, I don't understand stirring the dust. Can you explain quickly? Stirring the dust is something that you're going to do periodically. Basically, when I stir the dust, it's because I can't send any new messages, or if I haven't signed any customers in a while, I'm going to go back through. It's basically following up. Okay. But where stirring the dust came from is Jade Hooper, because she goes back through and she switches up her follow up. So instead of following up and just saying again, like, you know, me saying to this girl again, hey, would you mind putting up that post? That was over a year ago. That was over 2 years ago that we last talked. Okay. And now she's a loyal customer of mine. So I'm going to go about things a little bit differently here, but you're just going to flip the script. So instead of saying like, hey, would you put this post up for me again? I'm going to tell her about our $49 deal. Okay. Because she used to be a customer for a while, and then I don't think she's actively ordering anymore. And so I'm going to go in here right now and talk to her about maybe doing or letting her know that there's a deal for the $249 right now, and see if she wants a list. So basically it's just stirring up the conversation, right? Because the conversation went dry while you were following up at some point. And so we just need to go back in and stir that conversation up and try something different. Oops, what is happening? That's a perfect example of stirring the dust right there. She never put up a Hosta post for me. So I just said, hey, love, did you see that we had an amazing deal going on right now? Sorry, my phone's like 7 years behind. And I can't see what I said. Give me a sec. Basically just told her about the pick two and said, would you like to see a list? Imagine how much work I'm going to get done with you guys tomorrow when my new phone is all set up. So everybody is still sending messages on Facebook right now. We're going to switch over in the last 15 minutes or so here. We're going to respond to those messages. So go over to Instagram first. If you don't have any responses, that's okay. People have lives. They're not looking at their phone every 5 seconds like we are. Okay, so understand if you don't have any responses, that's okay. But if you do, I'm going to give you what the response is right here in the chats. And I showed everybody yesterday what I like to use as a hap on Instagram stories. I only do Instagram stories for host to post. Okay. I don't have them post on their wall. I'm posting what to say now. And then I'm going to give you an example. Okay. So that's what you send on Instagram. Then immediately, because you said sending below, sorry guys, I'm getting blown up today in the chats. Good Lord. You can either, this is one that I showed you yesterday. You can make something this simple as soon as it comes up here. It literally just says, anyone looking to make an extra $500 per month working from your phone, my friend Rochelle is in need of some help. But you're going to say your name. My friend, whatever your name is in need of some help. All you need is a smartphone and Wi-Fi, no experience needed. Text opportunity to, and then your phone number. Okay, so this is a very simple, this is not bougie, this is not thought out. This is how you get mass haps up. If you don't have time to make a pretty one right now, just make one like this. And you make that by just going into Instagram, going to your stories like you're gonna post a story, make it right there, but without posting it, just save it to your phone and that's what you can send to them. So you would say, thanks, love. Any chance you'd be willing to put this in your story for me? Sending below. I'll add you to my $200 cash giveaway this month for the favor. What do you say? And then you send that immediately. And then you move on to the next response. Okay. So what I normally send and what I have made and what works well for me, and you guys can make one of these as well on over, or if you send me a picture of you that you want, I will not respond. Y'all, I'm so strict on this. It's not even funny. I will not respond if you don't send me the correct stuff because I'm way too busy to try and figure this out, okay? If you send me a picture that you want on here and you send me your phone number, I will make one of these for you as soon as I possibly can. I can't tell you it's going to be immediately, especially not while I'm on this call, but I will make one of these. It's very simple for me to switch out the photo and the name, okay? But this is something that I send them. So I would say, thanks, love. Any chance you'd be willing to put this in your story for me? And I would send this right away. Now, they're going to put it in their story. If they don't tag me, that's okay because they're going to text the word opportunity to my phone number if they're interested. This is the only host to post that I use on Instagram. This is how I sign a lot of my distributors. And if they don't text me for any reason, a lot of them come follow me. Okay. And then they're seeing what I'm doing. So that's an example of a host to post on Instagram. If you didn't have any responses on Instagram, we can go back over to Facebook. And the response for Facebook is going to be this one. There's a couple of different ways you can go about it. I like this one too. I saw this one yesterday and forgot that I used to use it. So it says, how would you feel? Okay, so you're saying, hey girl, would you do me a huge favor on Facebook? They say, sure, yes, no, whatever they say. How would you feel about me giving you a copy and paste post to put on your wall and tagging me for referrals? I'm pushing for a huge promotion in my business right now, and it would mean the world to me. I'll even enter you into my $200 cash drawing this month. Would you do that for me? And then I would, as soon as they say yes, then I would give them the TFX hat. Go into our team page, y'all. In Wonder Woman Warriors, I posted a crap ton of scripts in there yesterday, all the host to post scripts. So I would give them a TFX hat if they say yes on Facebook. Okay. Caitlin asked, what if someone asks about the business? Then you say, you go straight into the PDT scripts, which are going to be, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. You know, tell them how excited you are for them. And then you're going to say, have you ever heard of It Works Global? I'll put it in the chats here. Okay. Stephanie says, can I message you to get help with this story post and this post too? Stephanie, as long as you send me a picture of you and your phone number, I will take care of that. I will not take care of it while I'm on here though. It'll be a while. What else was I going to say? There was something. Oh, if nobody has responded back to you, okay. So you sent out messages for 10 minutes on each and nobody has responded back for any reason, then you should still be sending new messages. Okay. If you're on this power hour, the number one way for you to bring in customers and distributors is messaging. That is the number one way that you are going to sign distributors and sign customers. And it's the number one way that you're going to build relationship is by messaging. A lot of us feel uncomfortable doing this, but I am telling you that if you give it a shot, if you truly give it a fair shot and you get on one of these power hours and you do 20 full minutes of messaging, the benefits will far outweigh the uncomfortableness. You will see how many people are truly interested in this. You will see how many people have never freaking heard of It Works. Okay. You will see and reap the benefits, but you have to try it. You have to get past that fear of messaging and asking people, you know, to put up a host to post for you. The other thing is, if they don't respond, again, do not get discouraged by that, because the more that you message, the more that they are watching. Can't tell you how many people join me 3 years later. I've sent them 1 million messages, okay? 3 years. I've been watching you for 3 years and I'm finally ready to join. Out of the flippin' blue. I cannot tell you how many times that happens, but that cannot happen for you if you do not message. And that can, and Bobby Joe's on right now. And that was her. She literally watched me for 3 years. 3 years. Came in, she's already almost charted for Ruby and almost about to make her first $500 paycheck. Like, she's been in for 3 weeks, y'all. Not even, okay? When they're watching, they're more interested in seeing what you're doing and seeing if it's working for you and seeing if you're going to continue to do it. If you do not do these things, you will not be successful. You cannot. Now, let me tell you this. There are people, Brittany Hayes comes to mind, Ambassador Diamond. There are people, and she's incredible. You guys, she's incredible. There are people that can post and get people to come to them solely by posting. But that took her a very long time. I am one of those people now as well. I have at least 10 to 20 people coming to me monthly from just my posts alone. Okay. But that's taken me almost 4 years to build a network of people coming to me from my posts. Okay. Most of the time, and if I want to sign people quicker than that, if I want to like really help some people and get out there and find the ones who want to work, especially in this time, you better believe I am messaging. You better believe that is the number one thing that I am doing, and mainly for host to post, because you can reach so many more people if you're doing host to post. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of messaging. That will hinder you so much. Emily Carr says, I watched you for 6 months. Totally normal. Yes, totally normal. And it's normal to still have fears about posting or messaging. Even when you first start, it's normal. But I'm telling you, I'm testing you. I'm asking you to trust me on these power hours every single day that we're doing these power hours. If you truly join me at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, every single day for 5 days straight, I can honestly guarantee you that you will sign a loyal customer or a distributor if you are doing the things that I'm asking you to do on these Zooms. If you're skimping out on them and you're not doing them, I can't guarantee you that. But I can straight up guarantee that you will sign somebody if you do these things. Okay, I've been doing these things with you. Well, one, I work my business every day, but since doing these things and upping it, this morning I signed 1 distributor and 2 loyal customers from yesterday's messaging with you guys. Okay, I'm seeing the results in just 1 hour a day of working your business, working my business, even though obviously I work my business a lot more than that. But I'm saying for what I'm doing with you, that came out of that just from yesterday. Keep going. Keep doing these things. If you guys need scripts, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But again, if you don't have responses, you should end with continuing to message, or the next 8 minutes or so, why don't you guys switch over to either stirring the dust or following up. Following up is going to sign customers a lot faster than sending new messages, people that you've already talked to. And I always tell people when following up, I think the number one question that I get is like, what do I say for a follow-up? Like, how do you know what to say? And I always tell them, let's, excuse me, let's pretend that we're standing in front of them right now. And they like have ignored 7 of our questions. Like we're just standing there and they've ignored like 7 questions from us or whatever. Like you're going to say something like, I'm sorry, did I like offend you? Did I upset you? You know what I mean? Because they're just standing there ignoring all your questions. They were once very intrigued and interested in this conversation. We were going back and forth a bunch. Then I started talking and they started ignoring me. And I'm going to say in person, maybe not you guys, if you're not like super outgoing or like in your face like I am, but like if you're ignoring me, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, did I upset you? Okay, that is my number one follow-up. Did I offend you? I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't offend you. You know how many times I say that? Every single time they come back with like, no, I'm so sorry, but I don't have the money to join. Boom. That's why they've been ignoring you. Do you know how many of you come to me and say, I'm not signing anybody? Like they never respond to me. I don't understand. Like, how do you sign so many people? I don't stop following up with them when they don't respond to me. I don't stop following up. I find the reason why. I always ask them, did I upset you? No, not at all. I just don't have the money. Great. I'm so glad that you responded back to me today because I can help you. I can help you with pre-selling your Skinny Brew samples. Okay, boom. Then now we're going to help them pre-sell and they're going to start their business for free. So there is always a way to come back from something. But number one, I want you guys to understand something because I think our biggest fear is that we're bothering them. And I want you to see this from a business owner standpoint. If you spend time with somebody, going back and forth, giving somebody information, and y'all might not agree with this, drop a 1 if you do agree with this, because I'd like to see who all my reds are. They are being rude to you. They're wasting your time. Okay? Do you understand that? If you don't understand that, let me explain. If they come to you and are interested in this business and you are talking with them, giving them information, helping them with products, giving your time and energy, that is a business. And if they start ignoring you, then that's rude. Like that's rude. That's not you bothering them. It's you following up. It's you doing your job. And the other follow-up that I have is I will literally say to somebody after 8 freaking times, I gotta go respond to that potential. After 8 freaking times of them not responding, heck, even 10, 20 times of them not responding, I will say to them, hey girl, do you want me to take you off my follow-up list? That's not rude. They're the ones being rude. And I hope you guys aren't, I hope you know my freaking heart right now, because I am not saying that everybody's rude who ignores you. I'm just saying that I want you to have a business mindset with this. This is your business. Okay, you need to treat it like that. And you need to stop worrying about who you're bothering. They were interested. There's a reason they're not responding to you. They either don't have the money or they don't know what to say. So when you say, do you want me to take you off my follow-up list? Do you know how many people are like, no, I'm sorry, I'm so interested, but I don't have the money right now. Awesome. They're a great potential distributor now. Now we have a reason. They need money and they want to try our products. So now we're going to flip that around and say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I reached out to you today because I have a spot on my team right now and I can help you start trying these products and making an extra income. How does that sound? They're interested. You're not bothering them. This is your job. This is your job. When you understand that, you will never have a problem following up with your prospects. A great book, if you're new, a great book to start listening to right now is called Go Pro. Eric Worre, I think is I think it's spelled like that. Go Pro by Eric Worre is the author. Amazing book. It really puts everything into perspective. Okay. All right. We only have about 3 minutes left. I'm gonna let y'all go a little early. Oh, Erin says yes. And then sometimes they're like, no, don't take me off the list. Yeah, because they're still interested, you guys. They're still interested. Just make sure that you have a business mindset. I'm gonna let y'all go early. I've got a lot of messages to catch up on and some things to, Worre. Thank you, Summer. I spelled it wrong, guys. So just make sure you're able to find it. But that's a great book if you're new to start listening to. So I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for our next Power Hour. Let me stop sharing this.